You ever notice how the people who actually have their life together barely post? Like, they're not dropping mirror selfies every Tuesday, not documenting their morning coffee like it's breaking news, not performing their entire existence for strangers who honestly don't care. Meanwhile, the people screaming the loudest online are usually the ones struggling the most in real life. That's not a coincidence. That's psychology. If this makes you rethink your entire relationship with social media, stick around. Let's break this down. Here's what most people miss. Social media isn't just a place to share your life. It's a dopamine casino designed to keep you hooked on external validation. Every like, every comment, every view, that's a hit. A tiny reward that tells your brain you matter, people see you, you exist. And here's the trap. The people who don't post, they already know they matter. They don't need 300 strangers to confirm it. They've built what psychologists call internal validation. Their sense of worth doesn't come from a screen. It comes from who they are when nobody's watching. But the people constantly posting, constantly performing, constantly curating, they're outsourcing their self-esteem. They're letting an algorithm decide if they had a good day. And once you start relying on external validation, you can't stop. Because the hit wears off, so you post again and again and again. It's not confidence, it's dependent. Now, let's talk about the people who opted out. They're not antisocial, they're not hiding, they're just living. They go to dinner and actually enjoy the food instead of photographing it from 6 angles. They travel and absorb the experience instead of performing it for an audience that'll forget in 12 hours. They build real relationships face to face, not through comment sections and DMs with people they haven't seen in a decade. And here's what nobody talks about. These people have time because they're not spending 2 hours a day scrolling, comparing, editing, posting, and checking if anyone cared. 2 hours a day is 730 hours a year. That's over 30 full days you're handing to an app that gives you nothing back except anxiety and FOMO. Imagine what you could actually build with 30 extra days a year. A skill, a business, a body you're proud of, deep relationships, financial progress. But instead, most people are trading their most valuable resource, time, for the cheapest possible reward, temporary attention from people who don't matter. So what separates the people who post everything from the people who post nothing? It's not humility, it's not shyness, it's security. Secure people don't need to broadcast every win because they're not trying to convince you of anything. They're not performing confidence. They have it. Insecure people need the world to see everything because without the validation, the accomplishment doesn't feel real. Think about it. The person who posts their workout every single day, they're not doing it for discipline. They're doing it for witnesses. The person who announces every minor accomplishment, they don't trust it unless you clap for it. But the person who's genuinely improving, they're too busy actually doing the work to document it. They understand something most people never learn. Real progress is quiet. It doesn't need an audience. It doesn't need applause. It just needs consistency. Here's the part that should scare you. Every minute you spend performing your life online is a minute you're not actually living it. You're not present. You're not building. You're not growing. You're curating a highlight reel for people who'll scroll past it in 3 seconds. And the cost isn't just time. It's your mental health. It's comparison. It's anxiety. It's this constant feeling that you're not enough because someone else's edited, filtered, fake version of their life looks better than your real one. The people who don't post, they skipped that entire trap. They're not competing with anyone. They're not comparing. They're just living their actual life instead of a performance of one. So here's the question. Are you living for you or are you living for the app? Because the people who don't post their photos figured something out that most people never will. Your life doesn't need an audience to be valuable. It just needs to be real. If this shifted how you see social media, let me know. And if you're ready to actually build something instead of just posting about it, you know what to do.